to the Pinterest for Business training from Maple Organics. My name is Karen Clark and I'm your social media trainer. Today we're going to talk about Pinterest, one of the newer and most effective social media sites for direct sellers. I look at Pinterest as kind of like a visual bookmarking site where you get to save things you want to do or buy in an organized way that also shares them with your network. Let's take a look around. On the Pinterest homepage, you'll see that the news feed, instead of just being posts in a single line, it's like a grid of different sized posts. Each of these pictures represents a website where you can find out more information. These are things that people I'm connected to have shared in order to save them for themselves to refer to, but also to share with their friends. So for example, if I'm interested in this recipe, I can click on it. I can read a little more about it, including the actual recipe. If I click on it again, it'll send me to the website where it lives and read even more. These items are called pins because you pin them to a board, which is a category. So for example, let's say I want to save this because I'm into healthy eating. I could click on this red Save button and then choose one of my Pinterest boards to save it to. Click on the button. And from there, you're presented with options of different boards you might have already set up. If you don't have boards or categories set up, you can always click on Create Board at the bottom. For this one, since it's a healthy recipe, I'm going to save it to my board called Nom Nom Nom. Now, before I save it there, I can actually edit the caption to bring the expertise back to myself and say something like, I've tried these and love them, they're my go-to snack. You don't have to, but it does help to personalize it. But I'm going to go ahead and hit save. Now it'll say save to Nom Nom Nom, and I can click on that and see that board where I saved it to. And there it is. This board or category happens to be the place where I save recipes I want to try someday. Now, when I shared that into my board, it also went out to all of my connections in their newsfeed. They might find it and like it too. While we're here, let's look at the board layout. So you have a title. I just named it something kind of funny. And then, I don't know if you can see this, but it says, oof. That's my description. Now, this is more of a personal board, but in general, you want to make sure that you add a descriptive paragraph about what people can expect or what they might find on your board. You'll see it tells me how many pins or items I have in here and how many people are following this board. I can edit the information by clicking this pencil. So if I wanted to add even more to this paragraph, I could do that. Let me show you the Maple Organics page. They've got a nice page started here and it can give you a nice example. So you get a short bio and the ability to add your link, and then you can set up different boards for the home, health and wellness, places. Some of these are already built in when you first start your Pinterest account. Others you might want to just add on your own, depending on what your interests are. Let's look up here at the search because it's super important on Pinterest. People use the search to find all kinds of things that they want to do or want to buy. So click on the search box and it'll actually give you some trending ideas that are going on right now. Pinterest tends to be very heavily geared toward women, homemaking, fashion, and DIY projects. Let's just type in wellness, for example. Once you type in a keyword, Pinterest will suggest to you different things you might want to look up. There are keywords here, different people's profiles you might want to follow, and different boards you might want to follow. Let's click on Wellness Tips. From here, you'll see all kinds of different items that you can then look at and pin or share to your own Pinterest. Up here at the top, you'll see additional keywords that you might want to explore also. From this main search, you can also sort by your own pins that might have the words wellness tips in them, buyable pins, which are sponsored paid ads, people who have those words in their profile, and boards that would have those words in the profile. I generally like to just look at the main search and find something that looks interesting. One thing that's really important, and I'll talk about this in another video, is not to always be sharing things about your own products or services, but share things that your network might be interested in and that you really might want to save for yourself for later. Oh, I know I need the morning rituals. Let me click on that. I tap it. I can like it up here at the top. I can even add a comment down below. But what I usually like to do is click on it again so I can get to the original website. I want to make sure when I'm sharing something, I'm not sharing something spammy. So I would read through this article and see if it's appropriate or something I want to save for later. This looks really good. So from here I can even just click the Pinterest button, Or within my browser, I have the Pin It button right here. Or I can just go back to that tab where it was and I can just save it to my boards. You can also send it to somebody privately if you like. I'm going to go ahead and save it. I think I'll save this one to my board called My Thirst for Answers. Again, I can add my own comment in the caption or not. I think what you'll find, like I have, is that people will pin and repin your posts for months and maybe even years to come. So Pinterest tends to be the kind of site where you don't necessarily have to be on it every day, but once in a while when you do, it can actually help you build your following. Now let's talk about how to promote your own products. You can pin things directly from a website somewhere, or you can upload a picture. Let's just try uploading a picture. Go up to the red plus button up at the top and click on Upload Image. Find an image on your computer. Here's a picture of the baby and toddler line. Now where it says Destination URL, that's where you get to insert your website address. I'll just use that as an example. Hit Continue, and now's your chance to add a caption. Ideally, you're going to write something customized to you and your products, your feelings, your experience. But just to save time, I'm just going to copy something from the company. Now remember, when somebody clicks on this, it will go right through to my website. It's always a good idea in social media to use good keywords whenever you can, and that includes your pinned description as well as the boards like I talked about. Now in this case, I don't have a baby products board, but I think I'm going to go ahead and create one because that's something that I think would be searchable. So I'll click on the red Create board at the bottom and give it a powerful name. I don't recommend clicking the secret button unless you know you want to save things that you don't want anybody else to see. But of course for business, we're going to keep it public. Go ahead and click on Create, and now I'll click on See It Now. And there's my pin. Let's look around some more. See this little compass icon at the top? Let's click on that. The Explore tab is a great place to find things that you can share to your network or just save for yourself. And remember, every time you save something, even if it's somebody else's post to your own boards, people who are searching for that thing get exposure to you as well. What'll happen is they might click on your name and come over to your main profile or just follow you in general. Then when you do post something about your business, they're more likely to see it. So obviously you might want to hang out in some areas that serve a similar interest to what it is that we offer at Maple Organics. In addition to things that might appeal to people because of the products we carry, think about your ideal audience and what else they're interested in life in general. So here's a topic that might work great, new in health. I'll click on that and see what's there. This one about yoga might be interesting for me and also something my audience might enjoy as well. So again, you can go through the process of clicking on it, edit the caption, and saving it to one of your boards. In another video, I'll explain about the proportion of posts about your own products versus sharing other people's items. But in general, you don't want to only bombard people with information about Maple Organics. So think about topics that will serve your audience and give them something that they might want to save to their own boards. Then what will happen is their friends will see it and save it to their boards, and so on and so forth, and your name and your information follows that pin. The key to showing up on these so that other people share your posts is to use good keywords in your descriptions. Pinterest can be a lot of fun, and it's also pretty addicting, which can be great for business. I hope you enjoyed this. Again, this was Pinterest for Business from Maple Organics, and my name is Karen Clark. Bye-bye.